This will be their last game of the year, but taking down Heretics.
No team's can afford me, bro. I've heard about. I've heard the rumors of America's salaries, man.
Figured it out.
But that's definitely a lie.
One more opportunity. Benji under pressure, but he's got the full support of his squad coming in already. Nice start for Shados, but they've kind of been shut out. A lot of players stuck behind the cage. The one who isn't is Camo, though.
Yeah, too.
Well,
dude, we're looking
them an advantage.
We're looking good for another pistol, unless Minibu does something mental.
1 versus 2. Still an opportunity for him here. Spike not yet planted, and Shados desperately low.
Good rumors or bad rumors? Good rumors, bro. Crazy rumors.
Change the course of this already.
How is that
feasible
rumors?
Down lower. The rotations. How beneficial will they really be? Someone like Minibu can rotate as soon as he suspects this to be an A play. Maybe even get there before you. This is the problem for Koi. Instead, they take another avenue straight through to B. Grab the right side plant. By now, he shouldn't be around on A con. No, not the right side plant. In fact, a full rotation around. Luckily for them, Minibu hasn't moved, so you might even get that 2 versus 1 post plant. Players tucked in tight corners, and a great opportunity presenting itself for Koi to take advantage of their low HP by catching Minibu off guard.
The big thing was that he wasn't able to capitalize while somebody was planting. That was the best way for him to isolate. Now, well, he can try and slide through the smoke, but look how passive the remaining players are. They're all the way back. They can't afford to give him a fight, so they're just going to try and play off that long control. And the thing is, it's such an awkward position. I think they've also put the cam on the spike as well. So the second he taps it, the cam's just going to ping him up. They'll know exactly where he is already, managing to get it to half, though. Buys a little bit of extra time. He's just trying to ignore the cam and almost try and bait them into that fight. Finally, the camera is gone, but he hasn't taken the pin out anyway. It doesn't make that much of a difference.
My god, what a shot that was, though. Dude, thought he was on for it.
It will be Koi to get the pistol under their belt.
4-1 in the pistols, by the way. Farming them.
Well, he had an opportunity, though, on the other side. Minibu just a bullet or 2 away, and with the headshot he hit onto Shados. So close, but not close enough. Dealing with Woot early on in the pistol as well. That shield was up. They managed to double tap him down and out. And of course, Grabinho is the savior of the round yet again.
Bro.
But a nice try by Heretics. Won't amount to much for round number 2.
It was a
we'll
crisp
see them
shot.
come in with classics, 2 sheriffs, and pretty low hope for it.
Double sheriff.
Instead of just
Maybe
sitting
we
back and
see
waiting
the outlaw.
for demise to meet them, they're going to go head first out, meet them halfway.
25, man. 25 mums from Lacanu. Thank you for all the support, man.
You can see that Heretics, this is the plan.
Thank you, bro.
If they go A, stun comes through from Rian's, an immediate crunch. The problem is they've not gone short, they've gone long, and now there's no players to react to any of the util there.
Of course, the one investment for Wu is going to be that shield. Give him a chance to take a shot, take a fight, potentially sponge a bullet or 2 here and there, but it isn't the case. Quickly dealt with. Camo will close out as it leaves just Benji. 1 versus 5. Classic and nothing to play with.
Spike planted.
Come on, unless he plans to go down to the spike. I don't expect much more.
3 armor rebuys at the moment.
But the thing is, the player that's low doesn't really have any need or necessity to face this one.
For Benji, cost is the real question.
4 armor rebuys, that's it. It's a very nice round.
Shados. The one thing I will say is they've taken shields off 4 of the players, so some reinvestment, but it's not a lot. That's a dangerous sign. I mean, that's already 1 donor owed.
Well, and Andaluthia flawless. That will at least keep the economy of this Koi roster very strong. They're going to invest back into another rifle for this next round. And okay, you've got an ultimate online, but it's only really going to be useful for those rotations.
Oh, I dinked this over as well. Okay.
Good money.
Benji clearly
Good money. Got Cypher ult as well, so if they can get a trade, worth.
But already such an aggressive stance. This is the one thing with the neural theft that could actually be really useful. If they can get an opening pick, they're going to be able to figure out the defense. And with how dynamic we're expecting a defensive Neon to be, that could be pretty important. Now, they're already going to know the Woot's here. He's shot bullets and taken an orb, but while they recall he's
positive. Yeah, he's
to the other
crazy
side.
Positive. Such a good player to have in your team.
Much further away. You were holding a stun for it, but instead dry contact. Minibu not able to hit the shot to start with, but that's the information. Jet's on her way. Smoke down from Omen as well. Lots of players here. Shield activated. Woot's ready for a fight. Won't be granted one just yet with the smoke up.
Okay, so they have to retake, and the shield's going to go as well. This is a very nice round from Koi. They've got the lock over towards Garage as well. It's a hard retake. Boo has flash.
A couple of kills does absolutely nothing.
The main thing, Rens is full util.
It's whether anybody actually clears this fully, and it doesn't look like they're going
It's
to.
whether Shadow gets insane timing or
That's
not.
a huge late round play for Shadow. All the teammates on site need to do is slow down this push. Shadows does well to find the first utility to pull them out into the open on long, but Camo's still to be rooted from the site. He's a menace right now, and that's allowing Shadow to come
and you got to
through.
recon for your team.
For the one. This has come very close in the end. The reveal.
Oh, what a shot.
What a shot by Rienz. Still a chance. The side of Koi.
Spam off.
They have to spam
Smoke on
through the
Spike.
smokes, and Rienz is just body blocking it, guarding it, and well, he might go down, but it
And
looks
they
like
played
the
too many
spike's
people
already
down towards
diffused
long against the
right
smokes.
under their nose. Heretics
It's
have
one of those
found it. That's
classics.
2-1.
I mean, Rienz had an
We don't have
absolute
much
banger
data
round.
for either of these teams. Even the one map that was won is the only on record for Heretics. But one thing that we can say about that was Rienz was 23-12 in that match. Unbelievable performance from him on an individual
Palm was bad. The
basis,
Palm was
and
kind of fine.
I
The
think that's
problem is
something
with
that
this
needs
guy
to be
over
highlighted is
towards
in this team, there is
with this guy in
roles that a
Garage,
lot
you
of
kind
time
of want to
you consider
delay
very
loads for
supportive,
him
where
to make
he
the
sat
big
there at
plays, so
breach.
you're super
He's
tempted
gonna
to
be
go
setting up
down long, so
stuns,
you don't want
throwing
to
in
die on
flashes.
site. You're trying to
But this
buy
guy
this
can
guy
put
enough
up
time to
ridiculous
kind of win the
numbers while
round.
doing all of that, and it's the sole reason
They got
have a round on the
relatively
board
unlucky
right
that they
now.
only got one.
Well, he was hungry for kills. Maybe he
Either
was
way,
hungry for
the
donut as
bonus
well,
is good.
but
Like,
not
you'll
the
take
ace.
that on
It's only
paper.
Fabinho that's eaten well tonight. Koi dashing in towards the site.
it's a
lot of
nice
space
dash.
taken by Camo. A lot of damage done with the spams too. Boo barely holding on to life. Oh, and the shock dart chasing them
Dude, how did
down.
that do that much damage?
Bit of
That's
extra
it.
damage to Rienz, and Boo 8 HP.
Yeah,
Left
Boo
around
needs
the
to
other side.
massively stay
Big
alive
battle
here.
about to go down. Camo's
Camo.
pushing in. The first player very
Oh, okay,
low. The
the
second, he's
after
not
punch should be
expecting
too
it.
strong now.
Timing works out.
Yeah, we've got
Eventually.
no vision block. Perma one way.
Yeah, they have to play a
They
bit
can't do it.
massive. Rolling Thunder gonna make
Oh, they've
things
sent a note
tougher.
into it. Oh, this is really
Forcing
bold.
them back already. Aftershock buys a bit of time. Minibu comes flying,
Yeah, I
but
think they should have just
there's
accepted
still
this is
another
done.
player to deal with. They're trying to get players
Yeah,
to
Mini Boo
peak.
can't.
One
Sorry,
player's
Boo
making
can't
it
be the
awkward,
first one
and
to take
Rubinho
contact there.
knows
He
it.
needs to bait heavy.
For Rienz, at this
I would
time, it's
rather,
just gonna
in
have
this
to be
round,
the
no
same, an
jokes, I would
immediate
rather Boo
response from
sits in
Koi,
this
a
corner
fast take of
and
that
just gives
B
him the
site.
smoke.
And I like
That's
the
it.
fact that they
I
left
don't want him
Camo
doing
around
anything.
his
I would
base
rather he
just to
sits AFK
disrupt it. Like, you want to
in
have yourself
spawn
all that
and just does the
utility,
one
you want to have
smoke.
yourself that
It's
rolling
better than
thunder with the
anything
full
else he
team
could have done
going
in that
in.
round.
Well, you can't, because I'm going to cause
Really.
problems while you try and do that.
Timbo
Often it's
FPS,
when
thank you so much for
teams
the
are at
prime, man.
that
Appreciate the
make
5
or
months.
break time that we see the true form come out. And I think coming into this series for Heretics, it has to be hard to prep. Although Koi haven't gone crazy. Like, we were expecting some wild compositions, just the team to be unleashed. You know, there's nothing to play for past Pride at this point. But they have come through and played a regular
least for
game.
that round, you
And
would
I
have been
wonder
blob, yeah.
To what extent Heretics expected to see this face.
Reckon you can land a smoke?
Because I know many of us didn't. Even with
floor.
the recent performances, with the uptick this team's been having.
What is this? In case they push
Pretty
through
much since
Garage
pressure
and then it
came
hits
off
the
their shoulders,
wall.
The second that they believed
Ooh,
they
that's
were
kinda
down
cool.
and out of playoffs, they became a different team. And a team I think they're much more happy to be. Hello. I'm surprised he gets away with that one, but again, the patience of Koi. They're not looking to overextend into these fights. Shield already broken. Woot stuck up close, and all they have to do is deal with the players further away. I'm not sure it's worth committing to now with the smoke down, though. It's a big risk. They've got it anyways.
It's a round where you don't have a lot to lose. I am also curious. Obviously, I think we've seen them thrive more on the attack. In the one map that they played, it was a 9-1 attack side after a pretty poor defensive half. But I'm intrigued to see when heading into playoffs or into future maps of Haven, if they're going to keep the ISO. And just keep it in general when they play it on other maps as well, because I feel like we're now witnessing that shield can just be avoided.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't last long enough that unless you're already in the thick of it, it's not too problematic. And even just a small
Oh my God, they're
tag
actually
or a
going
wall
into the
bang or
stack.
something like that can remove it immediately. And then you look at the rest of the kit, I don't think the
30
shield...
They might not have time to
shown any
get the
real value. I can't
spike
think of
back
too
and
many rounds
cancel.
where anyone's
Oh
done
God,
anything
they're going
with
into
that.
the
And
stack.
okay, the vulnerable is pretty cool, but it's just
And there's only
not
3 of
enough.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
I
my God,
think,
they messed up
obviously
so
the shield is
heavy.
huge for the-
They messed up so
They're
heavy.
walking into a stack
Pick
site.
up the pace. Stun has kept them back as well. Mini-Boo stun again. 10
Oh, it's
seconds.
the
Flash
Melons
goes through.
round.
It's behind most of the players. They know Mini-Boo's here, but dealing with them is a different story.
Oh, what is
3
that,
kills,
man?
And the round is put to bed by Mini-Boo. They
Nice
didn't
shots.
have much to work with in this round, but by God, they didn't need it. Pay safe card thrifty for
Yeah,
Team
they pick up a
Heretics.
lot of guns on
Nah,
this.
For Mini-Boo.
Insane shots, bro.
It's one of those rounds as well where you have to feel like Koi assumed they had
They
the
counters
right
the
read,
Melons. I
but
mean, they couldn't
knew
plant.
in the late stage
Yeah,
of
I'm
that round
counting
that they
it.
didn't, because you had Starzo walk all the way through the lurking breach. Always an interesting
This
concept.
call at 30 seconds is an
But then they just go
absolute
walking into a
shocker.
completely stacked site,
Like,
knowing
it
that
makes
because they ran out
literally
of
no
time.
sense.
They
We've got
noted
two
that
people
there
that
was
are kind
no
of
one there
just
with about
looking around the
16
map for
seconds
everyone
left.
else. Even if they get
When
over
you're up
towards a
against
free
Nico, you
site, these guys
just
are
can't
here
do
at
that.
20
There's gonna
seconds.
be
They don't even have
risks
time to
taken.
rotate. The only choice here is to stack up with 5. It's like the worst possible call you could have made.
Here.
I'm not even really sure where he.
The only
Did it come up
call
when
that
there
would have
was
been
a
worse than
wallbang?
this is
Because
just like a
yeah,
spike
okay,
sending it on
so
its
that
own.
that was straight through
That was really
the window.
bad.
He goes for the left side
So
wall
through the
from Boo's
window and
perspective.
through the wall.
Well, no, actually, the window was the wall. It was the
Oh,
wall
okay.
of the window. So
Okay.
it didn't go through both, unfortunately, but, you know, close enough.
I like that song.
Keep going.
Oh,
Got
already.
the words.
But yeah, sweat drips down my something. Nonetheless, Camo up close.
What
Blade
the-
Storm. He's already vulnerable, but he
Yeah.
doesn't care. First shot connected. And actually looks to
Here.
go a little bit further. Gonna try and stick into the corner. They don't have a paranoia to play with, but already leading the charge will be Minibu. Again, left vulnerable. Just gonna have to try and retreat on this one. There isn't a flank coming through, all from the same angle. Shados does well, in fact.
Wow,
that's
these
another.
two did
Just
great.
A quick cleanup
Yeah,
for the
Rubinho,
remaining players of
Shados.
Koi.
I like the start of it as well. ISO vulnerable put in, so Minibu can come in, ult in hand, do so much damage, and it's such a tough target to hit. But digging deep. in
Yeah,
those
the
late
two on site
plays,
did insanely well here, though.
Shados, we mentioned
These
it
are
on
straight
the
up on
last
their
map.
jaws.
Map
I think they went a little
number
bit too
2
aggro,
he was
considering
unbelievable on
they
Icebox.
had double
Big clutches, big plays, but just couldn't find
reach
his
flash.
footing on Bind.
Let's
And we
go.
started Bind out with a lot of rounds where
How?
Koi are like pushing through smokes into heavy stacks. Spike is down, and my guy's in a 3v5. You know, it's hard to find the value there. But now, well, he is activated, leading the charge just like Rubinho was.
Do I like
back in the
Heretics'
previous
comp? Not
edgy
massively.
fishy cam up, and
If
he's
you got
in.
like
What
it's
a
so
duel
reliant
under
on
Shadow, catching him.
insane individuals.
High surprise, to say the least. Camel's at least
But they have
aware of that
insane
trap,
individuals,
but
so it's
not of
okay.
the player in the smoke. That was nasty.
This is so weird.
Oh my God, where are we
They
going?
managed to take the
He still gets a
one
kill.
TP behind,
Yeah,
but
gotta
they
keep an
didn't
eye
run
on
into
mid-window
anybody.
here as well. Oh, there's so
Moved
much
now
going
the
on at
rifle,
the same
but
time.
again, it just
Like 3 different
doesn't
duels.
seem to be working for him right now on the ISO. As said, I expect that to change when they head onto the attack, but as a defensive agent, just the value is null and void. Even still, into the 2v2 they go. Starzo and Grabinho. They've got a lot of positions they could retake if they wanted to. I think Heaven might be the point of call. They're wary of somebody rotating through the spawn, but they've both gone
Rolling Thunder.
in the other direction.
They can run the clock down with Rolling Thunder. Grabinho can come out of heaven and crunch on them afterwards.
They've cleared everywhere
There's no need to panic.
pretty early
No
on.
need to take aggressive angles. First
The
is
only
the
good
stun
thing at the moment.
and a
The
flash.
positions are
It's
an
all
absolute
just a
nightmare,
delay.
though.
And here comes the Rolling Thunder. The point of contact. Big play coming out of heaven. Perhaps it's being watched,
And
though.
does Benji
Fishy's
just
trying
try
to
half
control
it?
It's only used to delay. I mean, this is the problem. Now you have to fight. You have to take this duel. Paranoia is perfect. It's already
Wow,
half,
they played
but
this
it doesn't
very,
matter.
very well, though.
Coy,
Very well.
cool under pressure.
Yeah.
They managed to
You
make
might
it
see a
work,
Heretics
and,
timeout.
yeah,
They can buy
Starzo
one
goes
more.
down to the spike, but a win's a win.
they
5
could start
rounds now
equaling.
on the board for this attack side. They are building them up. And I think, yeah, a big factor of this is the fact that Woot's just being avoided. Like you say, attack side, it's going to be different. But here on the defense, every time he goes for the shield, he's either shut down or they just wait it out.
I'm not sure. I think in
They have
that,
enough time.
like,
I mean, not
even
from
though
the
they don't
touch,
win
I
the
don't
round,
think. Like, the
Minibu
guy had to
managed
stick it.
Use the speed to jump over the ult. Because I don't think he got hit by the Rolling Thunder, but I definitely think he was in it.
Okay.
So
Well,
I
Yeah,
don't know
coaches-
if he
coaches
just
are
managed to hit
pretty
the
happy
timing
with it.
perfectly, but maybe he got stunned. We didn't see it from his point of view towards the end of the round, but he got very quickly back on to start tapping that defuse again.
It could be that, yeah, it could be that he ran
so,
with the ult and then ran
Sometimes
back
Koi
in.
so, please,
are
buff.
playing extremely well, and they can
Please
just
buff
have a
it.
bad round.
Dude, we
I mean,
know
but
this.
Well,
that's the thing.
Life for
Like,
two.
the first split was full of loads
Koi
of bad
looking
rounds.
good
It's not
on
like
that
they're
attack
gonna
side.
get eliminated completely
At this
from their
point,
game.
It really is becoming a
It's
a
just
last
about
stand, but also a
decreasing the
showcase
amount
for
of
a lot
them.
the players. I've highlighted
Which they've
Grabinho and
100%
Shados throughout
done.
the day.
Like, if they looked like this
definitely
from the
hoping to see
beginning,
both
it
of
would be
them
in,
going forward.
yeah,
Because the other thing
they'd
as well
be
is I
part
feel
of
like
the top middle of the
split
pack, I
one,
guess, instead of just
you're
like
talking
bottom
about
middle.
a few rookies, and obviously the thing is, rookies in terms like Heretics and KC just hit the ground running. So I think it's easy
You
to
think
forget
if they
that
removed the
it
ISO
is
shield
a
sounds,
big
the
step
indicator would
up
make it too
for a lot
balanced?
of
That'd
these
be too OP.
players.
You got to
Talking
remember
about
ranked is a
Camo
thing.
and Grabinho in particular. Obviously, the rest
It's
have
such
quite a bit
a
more experience.
such a rank agent at the
I
moment.
think the longer we've seen Grabinho on this stage,
There's still some
the
insane
better
combos that you
he's
can do
got
with the
week
double
in, week out.
damage, but
There's been a couple players like that.
the route that they've gone with it, it's
Playing on
very
stage, the team
rank
they're in
based
as
right
well.
now.
I think Koi's identity shift certainly help out. Veggie Fishy, well, he is in trouble. Backside.
Yeah, but he's still done good though. Yeah, Benji's done insanely well. And I don't think they're going to get backside to be able to trade off this.
Who's pulled into the
Oh, this is
ultimate and
nice.
hitting the shot. Gorgeous stuff. His ult used well. To catch Starzo off, remove breach utility, remove a lot of what
Shout out
they
to
want
Benji here.
pack
He
a punch on
did
that
something
second part of
similar,
the
and like
execute to
again,
see. But
this is
Koi
like
had
why
managed
Vision
to slip
Strikers
away,
were so good.
grab
Even on
themselves
this
a
map,
plan.
like they were the first ones to do cage here,
We've seen the
cage here,
rotations to A
and just
post
heavy
ones have been
hold
strong
back of
there,
sight.
but they don't
Like
have
in the
the
first
information
2
that's
months
clear.
of the game. They understood it really well. He just doubled down his
Bring this
cage over
round back a
towards
little
him,
bit,
make
but it
sure that
doesn't
they
mean
have
they
to
don't
funnel
have
over
it for the
towards the
post
right
bomb.
side of sight, or his left.
Grabinho's one way is something that
King.
you definitely have to be
Vision
wary of.
Strikers
There's
king.
10 seconds before he'll get another smoke, so that will fade. In the meantime, though, Heretics are using this time. They're trying to clear out those
It's the
backline
Viper version.
positions
Yeah, it's
and
the Cypher
especially
version of the Viper
for
wall, but
Shadow,
that's been in the
gonna
game
make
for
things
ages, man.
Pretty rough. It's going to be left onto Grabinho. 1 versus 3. He's expecting a player, but obviously had to look away. Heard the steps coming into the site, and while Boo's timing couldn't be any better. It's going to be
Very nice.
Heretics to get their
Yeah,
third
shout out to Benji here.
and what, a bit of a return for Woot.
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken as well, Woot went into the ult having already lost the shield. And it's rare that you see that, taking just an even 1 versus 1. Could have misread it. Oh, he still had it, okay. We're good. And refreshes it to come out and fight.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough position to play from. I think we see the value, certainly, of...
Skull.
I was going to say Woot's kit, I guess more so the ulti, but even the wall used to help isolate some angles on the way through. I think it's util that you can definitely live without, though, for the most part. The ultimate, though, a different thing altogether.
Yeah. I guess the thing I'll wonder, though, is just like, could you do something very similar and just put him on Jet? And I feel like the answer is yeah.
Big round for the
We'll
impact
see how the attack
of this
shapes up.
half.
Tip of the spear, having a second lease of life. For someone like Woot with a rifle, that can be a different ball game. For now, though, backing off. They wanted to fight for A. Wanted to go down on long and take
They
that
don't
duel
contact.
instead.
They contact.
Leaving the site.
so bold.
Leaving Boo to do everything. He spotted them. A bit of a jump scare. He didn't think they were that close already.
Oh, the
shield's
recon's
activated,
unbelievable.
straight through, but Camo deals with
Unbelievable.
2. Gorgeous
Recon
work.
got everyone.
And now Heretics
This is
are
a
locked out.
really,
5 versus
really
2
bold call, but
retake
it
on
paid
A.
off heavy.
I
Yeah,
don't
Heretics
know how
just
they're
weren't
gonna
ready
approach
for it.
this.
4-person contact up long.
Delaying a little bit to make sure those ultimate orbs can come online. And again, it seems like almost just a blip on the radar. You wouldn't look at this match and think, if this is your first time seeing Valorant or first time seeing these teams, that Heretics were the lights out heavy favorite.
Yeah, and they've got to save these 2 guns just because of the 2 people that I highlighted
right now,
earlier, right? This will be
You're
3k, he
witnessing
can
again
drop,
just
this will be
another
2, he
fantastic
can drop
showing
like a
for
bulldog.
Koi. It really is unfortunate that, again, you look at the
He
sort
can
of
have, he
head-to-heads
can
that
drop
they
the
have.
guns that they got as well.
They're not really going to help them, especially with a lot of teams now looking to get to 5 wins. It's just
Gonna
not
watch
possible
Euros
for them
today?
to do that.
Nah, man. I just
now,
accepted
though,
it's like every
It's gonna
year,
have to
dude.
be the same.
As soon as I
That's it,
believe,
though. You're looking at that
it
GX
just
map,
falls apart. So there's no point believing. I'm
they
out
were
from the
at least
get-go.
able to get themselves 8 rounds in their attack.
I've
and
been
then
here too
still
many
lost
times.
to a dominant Heretics attack. Now, to say that will happen again, guaranteed, sure. So,
Easier to just not watch, have no belief.
It does mean that Heretics
yourself
could
some
work
time.
with 4, 5 rounds and still be absolutely fine.
Yeah. I mean, this setup, especially.
This is the time, yes, dude, everyone says that.
Value here again. We see the 2 sides to the coin. Either Woot is activating the shield, and well, okay, the ultimate is different.
But what if they win today? Well, then they'll lose
Ultimate
on
takes the
Sunday.
fights,
Is it
but
Sunday?
In a conventional round, he's been activating it and being avoided, or activated it and then double headshot.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, like it's been really impressive by Koi because it is a headache. You know, you don't get the shield back after the kills, like late into the round and so on. Like after 2 kills, it doesn't reset anymore. There's definitely.
Why didn't you say the same for
20
PaperX last
12
Masters?
seconds
Dude, I
for
had
shields
belief in
online for-
PaperX, that's why.
Those are big changes, but ultimately for Koi,
Kind of got a little bit of belief
you know,
in them coming
the
into champs,
the first
but
fight you take against
No,
the
I
guy is
shouldn't.
the same as it was before. But they're winning it again and again. I have to put that down to Camo.
thing
He's
is,
been winning most of those duels.
England have led me down for like what?
Definitely not shying away
30
from the
plus
fight. I
years.
think that's the
Paper
biggest
X,
thing. Nice work
like
from
what, a
Woot.
year?
Down A.
Fine.
That's Shadow going to be gone from this round, and
in 29 years time, if they're still letting me down, then obviously I'll be saying the same thing.
Leaving Benji with a lot of global utility that's going to be able to cover off either of the remaining sites. It's whether or not Koi can sort of find a gap. The cam on B is only going to give him the info. It's not going to slow them down. It seems like Grabinho is now trying to sell the idea that that's the direction.
Elmi Boo doesn't overstep.
Good tag.
We just.
Grabinho's not
Oh
going
boy.
to be doing too much.
Oh, this is kind of nice right now. Look at the minimap.
Heretics have 3 players towards Akon.
Lovely, lovely.
The blind is good.
I like the idea from Koi on this one though. This was much better than the other round we saw when they were doing the hit on 20 seconds. They actually had like a better plan. E fake. They can still get a plant here. Breach damage should finish it.
Straight into the corner for the plant.
He missed his breach damage.
Got it on timing. Starzo wants to create an opportunity. He's staying close, but he misses the shots. Oh, it's a disaster. That was a big opportunity. Even still, they were behind, and they
I mean, I still think their plan in the 4v5 was pretty good.
They fall flat on their face.
And then their backup plan was pretty good as well. The breach damage did get missed by Rians though.
4 or 5 rounds, it could easily be enough for their attack side to drag this through, although the data is literally one map, so I want to give Koi the benefit of the doubt, and especially if you're going to have someone like Camo on the operator, I'd hope that we'd see a little bit more from them. But yeah, that is unfortunate. It's almost just looking into the eyes of his demise. 6-4, still in the lead, and thus far we have seen no more than 1 round in a row for the side of Heretics, so a very good opportunity for a response.
Barbar is getting a bit stressed. Watching that scoreline close in, they've seen that one before. And for Heretics, just 2 rounds in it. Like you said, 4 or 5 rounds, fine for them to work with. And they're close to already hitting that mark, or maybe pushing further past it. Koi've got rifles, still able to fully buy. No ultimates for either team. It's a more vanilla round. And they've spotted Rians. They know he's on the back of this site. The flash hasn't caught them either. I mean, the teammates are going to need to flood in, and Woot has done that. Miniboo, even quicker on the scene. That's 3 kills for him.
And I like the fact that they actually go from playing heavy retake on B to just fighting. Way better. Koi just looking at the round before thinking, hold up, they're playing no one into B. It's just a camera setup. They hear the same camera, but then everyone's just here ready to go.
Anywhere to go either. He can try and
probably
go back all
gonna
the way
imagine
around
they hit C after this one.
Get them a plant, maybe earn a few extra credits, but I don't think it's going to hold any more value than the rifle that's currently in his hands, and I think he's made that realization
Champs
as well.
Live in Korea? Nah, I'll be here for
Heretics. Definitely seems to have the catalyst of Miniboo. Like that's been the... We've seen some, I guess, quieter performance from him individually.
England was in VCT. What team would it be?
The initial version of the roster with
That's a hard question.
It's definitely been a shift to more players picking up the slack rather than just him
that's a hard question,
around. But this
bit
map
of
is
hope,
definitely looking more
bit of hope,
like
but you always know they're going to lose.
that superstar youngster, which, well, nobody really wants to come up on the server against. Even still, Koi are going to be in the lead. The main thing here will be, can they hold on to the gun? I think there should just be a...
So many of you saying Liquid, holy heck. I'd say MIBR, because they get wins, man. It's more like a Zeta, right? It's more like a Zeta where they can get wins. You watch them on Haven Ascent, you're thinking, damn, this is a solid team. Then you know that Icebox game is coming up. And you know they're going to lose.
I mean, I could watch that a few more times. I don't think I'd be able to
That's pretty much it.
He's back.
Lock.
He's back. Exactly, Weber. And this is the thing.
That's how I'd view it.
Yep. That's going to put the morale pretty high. I mean, my guy knows his headshot angles. His crosshair placement's on point. His spams, even more so. 6-5. Already hitting the baseline expectation for what should be enough for Heretics to close
Fast C was pretty obvious on this one. They have
oh
damn, fake C. Oh boy, Heretics have not moved from their double A hold. Dude, they were not believing at all. Yeah, and here comes the spike back over towards C, the side that they got free.
Now looking only to move to C, which is
I like the idea from Koi.
But a 4 versus 3.
You can see they kind of overcooked it, but it was more down to Heretics being real strong, just not believing. Really good comms from whoever's over towards C. I guess it was Benji Woot.
You've also got the overdrive available. Camo's actually going to try and make a move now, but they're watching for it. They're ready for it, and the knives are not connected. He doesn't have a gun as backup. It's a classic and 5 HP. If he gets a kill from here, I'd be impressed. The Rolling Thunder is going to be the main difference maker. Can they set this up? Rolling Thunder there immediately, and it is going to push the forward already, though. The paranoia for counter is enough. Dodging the utility. Boo holding the line, and even still, only 2 players now to try and hold on. Nice shot at least from Starzo. That's going to give them something.
Smoke might help him a little bit.
Shadow up above is a bit of a peculiar spot, if anything. He's found another. They don't expect him above, and Starzo's actually doing it all, running into
Damn,
the smoke.
2v4? How have they done that?
Like
yeah, the smoke kind of helped him a little bit. I would prefer the smoke down towards long here.
Up when matters.
Everybody loves an underdog, Tom, and in this
series
they're
winning
so far, it feels
some
like
of
every
these rounds
time
they shouldn't
we have
be.
a clear-cut favorite, they fall again and again. There's been a few rounds that have closed out conventionally, but I can count those on one hand. Some of these shots from Starzo. Nutty, I think he heard the drop of Banshee as well, corrects onto Woot immediately.
Smoke the spike in a 2v4 when you don't know where they are. Don't you know where one is?
7 rounds
Actually, you give him a smoke to play around. Should be smoking
along. It does mean that Heretics have made this close enough that it's anyone's
Last time you should be sending smoke. This is the thing with this map is like you gotta have this is probably one of the hardest maps to play smokes on because you gotta have so many more like protocols of what to do in certain situations. I would say it's probably the hardest map.
On the attack. And it's
probably the map that I see the most pros play wrong.
Can still thrive.
Oh yeah.
You're in a little bit more control of when the timing of the hits will happen, knowing where somebody is, maybe with a solid piece of utility.
4-1 by the way for pistols.
Yeah. Oh, he actually.
Wait.
What? He got away with 2.
Oh my god! I thought he was gonna get another blind. He's full blind here.
Well, you talked about having
he maybe saw the first guy before, but I don't think so.
Yeah, well, that means Koi are going to lose the round from what I've seen, Tom. They needed a 2-man disadvantage right now. But in all seriousness, great work. I think Woot didn't activate the shield going around the corner. They thought the flash would be enough, and to be honest, the flash should have been enough. Pretty unbelievable.
He turned back into the flash? Yeah, we'll see it from his POV for sure.
For sure.
Him getting away with 2 is impressive.
They got 1 stun,
a lot of utility,
which could wreck everything, but I'm looking at this thinking it should be an easy retake.
Scenarios. As said, we've seen most of these seemingly go in the other direction. Rian set up with a stun. Benji down below. The count stun's perfect though. Shados clinical. Make sure this doesn't go too far out of control. Rian's though has other ideas. He's gonna go down and 1 not this time. No clutch to be had. It's Koi to
5-1.
the pistol round and extend
Double
that lead
pistol on this and
further.
Icebox.
They've done it even with the early advantage.
That can be it.
8 rounds.
I would do it.
I've been really impressed by this squad so far, and honestly, I said it starting out the series that they've.
Oh, fair play though.
That's ridiculous. Yep. That's actually surreal that he got away with 2. But yeah, I said coming in that Koi, they've looked better. They've had an uptick, and it's a challenge. But in my mind, it was 2-0 to Heretics. Honestly, you could put any maps. Just give Koi the selection of all 3 maps they're going to play. No bans. I'd still go with Heretics. They've just been such a consistent team. Their system works, and Koi have been hit or miss. But now, what a recovery. What a change.
This would be their first defeat in Split 2. At the very end. It'll be the first time they've lost after a fairly, I guess, mid-first split. Yeah. They have looked unstoppable ever since. Oh, Miniboo still going strong. That is so risky from Bravino. Wanted to try and capitalize.
He had to jump close straight into the double body shot.
It's worked out for Woot as well. This time the shield works for him. Now we're looking at Camo and Shadow. They might not have let the last round slip, but they've got to try and stop this one from slipping away as well.
Like the reveal, it's good, but 2 players up close.
The HPs are kind of low. That's insane. Shout out to Miniboo. That's all on him.
Team Heretics have fought back in this round. That's going to be an upsetting one for Koi. You know, we think about how this one starts out. Pistol goes to Koi. They then should get the follow-up 9-6. That's a pretty big gap. That's
the
a good
bar
bit
camp.
of wiggle room.
Oh, here it be going mental. Timbo, FPS, thank you so much, man.
Well, look at the HP left on
Thank you for doing that. I know it's a while ago, but I appreciate it.
He was 16 health. 1 extra shot, the one that hit the shield, would have taken him down. Instead, he's able to find more value.
I think just a bit of an overcommitment, like desperately trying to trade out that first kill, and it ends up just being the domino effect. You give Miniboo opportunities, and well, it just wins.
That'll be the round where Koi look back at it and go, well,
Stack up of players,
where
but
we
the
lost.
weaponry really is poor. I think you'd need a spot to go unchecked. I think C-Long as well is one of the positions where the shield can actually work. Send it through while you try and clear the close corners.
You went to check Barbar's age. Liquipedia hitting him dirty with the $70 winning. Barbar's won way more than that. In Epsilon and CS:GO, he won way more than that. I don't know what tournaments that's including, unless it's Valorant only.
It seems like they're actually going to fall all the way off.
Right back around. Oh, I thought to the A site. Quicker movement by Miniboo though.
They do it per game? Oh, okay.
There's a bit of danger with Shadow.
Yeah, I was going to say, Epsilon, I mean, they didn't do insane, but they got a lot of wins.
See them go the other direction. Problem is, up close is Camel, waiting for someone to step into that smoke. And
CS:GO one is 67? Yeah, that makes sense.
Won't go through. Instead, just the
67K.
tagged him up, made it easier for Benji to follow through. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them just concede the site. Benji has no support there, and him sticking around is a little risky.
I guess the goal here now for Koi is how much damage can they do? Can they hold a
Can I VOD review the show match at the London Major? No. Dude, I want to do the other one, man. The other one where I actually did well, that's the one. That's the one. We'll do that one.
Position from Shados. Grabino has actually found another, so again, they're making it costly, but you have to bear in mind that all of these weapons are retrieved. It's going to be
Hold up, though. Hold up.
That
Oh,
defuse, but
man, that was
eventually Wu gets the
close,
job
bro.
done. An attempt is going to be made, but it's never even going to get close. 3 players surviving, a couple of guns dropped, but
big round.
look at the money that's already there for Heretics. It's not going to do much.
I don't know. I'd say it never got close to him. There was.
Yeah, I was going to say that one actually got very
defuse,
close.
I think, at one point,
guy.
but yeah, the last guy had no chance. Yeah, but again, we see these risks, right? Benji on the backside, able to be isolated and taken down. Then you have a player in window trying to make that sneaky play, but they have the weapon advantage. Like, these players don't have much to work with, and I guess it's always better to have that second facet, third facet.
Barbar good in his prime? Yeah.
Can't just stick it inside.
That team was pretty good. That Epsilon team. They had a crazy good player. I can't remember what he was called.
Like the idea from Koi, but
I want to say he's from Bulgaria.
Blocks them out completely, and that early dash,
he carried them pretty heavy.
Is now cancelled out. Player sent back towards C, and with no information really, other than a cipher was there.
But nah, it was someone else.
That doesn't tell you that it's a C play. It could easily be the lurk.
Oh no, the timing could be worse, but actually managed to get back around the corner.
And a shock.
Yeah, somehow he's come out of that better, which, when you think about how that started, makes absolutely no sense. But even still, the rest of the team are making their way towards long. This is a 3-man stack up.
Yeah, let's look at this a little bit, because
they can actually hold on to any of that control. Now it seems like
a little bit worried for them in this round. Double cage, try to get a kill here.
Hopefully for them,
but it looks like they know because they're not smoking.
For now, doesn't look like it's gone to plan. A retake from here is definitely not going to be easy, especially considering they've already used their paranoia. So it's only going to be that
Wolfen? Nah,
yeah,
CS
traps
chat.
were put on the A site. It opens the door for Benji's lurk. Now he has
it might have been a different country. I can't remember.
He'll be a little quicker going through for this play, and already lost one up top. The rotation through from Benji. Fishy going to take a moment, but they have all their bases covered on the site itself, and Koi are already starting to back away.
Oh boy, that is a nightmare round.
Anymore. And especially with a post-plant rolling thunder from Rienz, this just doesn't seem like a round that's worth laying down these weapons, laying down the shields that you have.
That's such a nightmare, dude. And they're gonna have this for the next round as well.
We're looking at an 8-8 scoreline.
No money. Okay, Koi pretty much have to win the next round.
One player already stuck in the corner.
And they gotta make sure that they don't lose a gun here.
In this fight, and it's dangerous, but eventually it seems like they have room for the hills. The weapons will be carried through.
The rest of the team didn't even seem too committed to taking that out of play, and I don't think it's too often you're going to see a round where 9 players are left standing.
Barbarb's Epsilon was all Swedish? Nah, it was like the iteration when they had
you have that initial setup.
Maeve.
The only real goal is to get an opening pick for you.
Man, I can't remember the players.
You're meant to have what's available for the retake. They'd also already used paranoia, and that's where it becomes so
Cosmine, that's the guy. Cosmine, dude, Cosmine was incredible.
Paranoia combos with a flash from Breach, and it's not too much.
Where was he from? Romania?
Scenario to fight back from, but without that,
Bulgaria?
Become pretty difficult.
Romania, yeah.
Some aim labs training.
That guy was a beast, man.
At the beginning of the round for Boo, but other than that, that same control taken, and the rest of the players are slow walking up towards C.
Okay, let's build this one up because, no joke, if Koi lose this, this is pretty much going to be too hard.
Cam is up the whole time.
They're up against the breach ult.
This contact is going to come in very quickly.
They're going to get onto site without using a breach ult.
One trap on the site.
Oh no, this is such a hard retake.
One
kill trip.
It's not going to serve all too much of a purpose.
Not even a kill trip. No one even close to get it.
Shield again for Wu. Avoided. Fortunately for Miniboo, he didn't have a shield of his own.
Yeah,
and they need to go fast because of this ult. Like, they got to go a lot faster than they want to go. At the moment, Rians is about to is about to ult everyone in his team.
Instead, they're going forward. Woot's got one. He's already going to take another into the fray to look to battle, and Rians wins another fight, but Woot loses his in the ult.
Yeah, spam fest.
Spamming from afar, needs to land some of these shots.
Hey, really nicely handled in the end.
Even up against 2 ultimates.
Dude, Heretics need some work on this a little bit.
Ah, yes, make sure you get the from the shadows online.
It's an essential.
Woot lost his 1v1, right? He ulted midway through this, yeah?
Lost his mind, like.
But he was just going to stun his entire
team. Did the ult miss? It missed?
I think I got him, guys.
Guys, we're doing a prac round where you have to play a post-plant completely stunned.
Well, they might not have been stunned, but they were certainly blinded. Grabinho did a great job. The fact that he goes into the ult.
Yeah, and they stay alive with that one. This save was all down to winning this round. It pays off. Got a Sova ult. Might be tempted to do an aggro. Mr. Sova ult.
Koi, a lead, a slight one, very thin margin. Almost an early loss. Grabinho lucky to
wait. Boo is so wrecked, man. Yeah, isolated over towards there. Went for a smoke as the recon land. Oh my goodness. They overstepped so much.
Just achieves nothing.
Yeah, they got a lot to work on. This actually
already a 3 versus 5.
Worries me a little bit for champs. I would pick this map against them after watching it.
He threw out the paranoia from Garage, and now is looking to late lurk around. There is a cam. I think it spotted him. Yeah, he's got to run away. Heretics have full control over site now. Good knowledge of where at least one of these players is, and they're moving out to clear the angles. You can see Miniboo waiting for the Garage walkout, and a late wrap back around. Riens, well, he's waiting for the very same thing. Looks like we're about to see Grabinho walk straight into him. Free kill, stun in, spams. They're close.
No smoke now. I mean, Miniboo should be fine
now. No way
now.
to continue that defuse, but it's gotten to half. A chance perhaps for Koi. The body block. Oh, the shot from Riens.
That's a nice shot from Riens.
Through the wall, headshot on the
Dude, at 3v5 at his peak.
One target for Miniboo, which he was quick to clean up. We're back to neck and neck, 9-9. But
yeah, 2 people are pretty low money here as well.
To say the momentum is moving towards the attackers now.
I reckon they have a different comp and they're just, yeah, it might be that.
Winning in a 3v5 scenario.
I would like to think that as well.
Positions and just winning all of the fights, and again, like, you have to highlight Riens. His utility is what ultimately delays enough for them to get the kill on the person trying to defuse, but he also then gets a kill of his own. Koi under pressure. And they're going to take themselves a pause for it. It's definitely not been a bad game for them thus far, but there have been moments, you talk about that second round that they let slip, a round they lost to Pistols as well, the Miniboo Sheriff round. They've had a few where you kind of go, okay, if they won those, they might be out of sight. This map may
Oh no, there's loads of those rounds where I'd be like, what, damn. Or you can look back at this and think, well, probably should have ended on a win here.
Which obliterates their economy. This might just be a what-if scenario with Heretics still coming out with a victory in the end.
Well, I think that would be... It's hard, right? I was going to say the worst way for Koi to end their season. The worst way would have been a 2-0 at 5 rounds on the board. And that was very much possible. You run this back 4 weeks ago, that might be the result you get. But it has to
How long does it break between champs and the end of playoffs?
So close.
Playoffs ends on the 21st, champs begins on the 6th, maybe, right? So like just over 2 weeks, is that right?
But then to have it slip out of your hands, you know, as I said,
when does champs start?
Well, you know, we finished out and we beat Heretics. If that was the start of the season, who knows? Who knows? They might lose that little pride option, depending on
That's
how
on the
this
fast?
one goes.
Oh, okay, well then.
Double digits for one team here.
Yeah, 10 days.
I said they would be, if they can win this map, the only team to beat Heretics in Split 2. They have been unstoppable. They've lost maps here and there last couple of weeks. But now, already qualified, looking for that #1 seed, looking to overtake Foot after already beating them earlier in the season.
Hey, Heretics. Question mark over towards middle, group up on this one. No, they're against an eco.
Probably most people put them at this point anyway.
They don't really have the best comp for clearing back over towards the A. It's a lot on Cypher. Like, this comp just needs to Cypher default over towards A the whole time to make sure they actually have options.
This round,
it's very hard to play this map without a drone initiator.
I think Camo is the man to watch, and well, Shadow's already gone.
Oh, and so is
yeah,
Camo.
and then takes.
A clean shot.
I mean, that's the big kill.
Confidence with the shield in play. But it looks like he'll finally have to stop and run that shield all the way down. Still, it's done its job, and with these weaker weapons, it's very tough to get back into this site. Shados looking for a nice shot. Could have opened up an opportunity. Even then, chances would be slim, but with him down,
yeah, it's all about the next round for Koi.
maybe start to approach the idea of containment.
Dude, money's done here for Heretics. Fine for the rest of the half, no matter what.
Making it costly. Remember, like, we're getting towards the home stretch. At this point, you really need to start that economy management here and now. But the problem is Heretics aren't going into them. They're not giving them the opportunities to take weapons away. Instead, backing off bit by bit.
Neon slide with a shielded ISO peak. Yeah, you're gonna lose that.
Very healthy for the attacking
Not wrong.
side. Looks like they might be bankrolled until the end.
Yeah, I think obviously for the side of Koi, they're looking at this going, do we run in and try and do a bit of damage? And although maybe reduce the economy.
It's all on this. Shadow has enough money to buy camo and op.
I don't think anybody wants that.
Could see an op
This
come
is where
out.
they need their
Up against an
response. It
ISO
has
though.
been the pistol and one other round in the second half. Other than that, has been all
Shadow, yeah, okay. Shadow drops him an op.
Operator at the beginning. He's finally got the
And they should know this with the money
saved.
saved. So I could imagine the Wu pops his shield a little bit earlier to peek some of these angles. We'll see.
Expecting him to go for a
Heretics doing the classic. They know there's an op in place, so they decide to go real aggro. Looks like it.
Well, both teams
just every angle covered with a bit of util overwhelm, or make it retake.
While the shield of his own is used for nothing. Tanking another shot from Camo that's followed up on quickly, but the trade is there, and the follow through is massive. Miniboo, you know what? I said I was waiting to see someone with the neon Odin.
Oh, chill.
He might not have given me a great debut of it, but
the Nodin.
I don't like that. But he's at least tried it, and you got to give him props for that. Grabinho, 49 HP, but the TP, he's caught.
Oh, it's unlucky timing. Really unlucky. He had a small, small window.
And now Shados in a familiar situation. I feel like this
shout out to Heretics. I mean, this is literally the classic play, the easiest call you can make against a
op. To save the weapon through to the next and put Team
a lot of stuff like this to make callers' lives easier. Just, is there an op in play yet? Just run one of your fast strats.
Not long ago, but it is slipping from their grasp.
Yeah, it seems like in that last round, Koi just did something that to me makes no sense.
Yeah, make them bungee when they jump out.
They basically traded out so that Camo could have an operator.
Yeah.
And I was like, I saw the beginning of the round, I was like, oh, Camo doesn't have an operator. So you probably just sold the operator and just bought another rifle.
Yeah, sure.
That's not what they did.
Okay.
Starzo had a breach operator on the site because I guess the round started and they just swapped. But it's just like, you've just left Starzo in a horrible position if they do rush. And if they don't, it seems like not having it seems a little bit odd.
Well, a timeout is called by Koi. Perhaps
like
something
what he sees.
to do with what you just said, Tom, the chaos of the early round, or maybe that was the plan and it just didn't work. Now they have to go back.
The plan was a breach operator.
It couldn't be on site as well. You know what, Tom? At this point,
if that's what Barber called fair play, I don't think it is.
If that's what Barber called, he might be overruled in this
Then again,
policy.
we go back to Shadow and his desire dietary options, and maybe that is something.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah,
salami banana.
The thing is, you're up against a full rush in that case, which maybe is a little bit unlucky. Maybe they wanted to go walkabout. The thing I don't understand is, if it is a slow round and Camo goes walking, he'd want an op.
Sure.
If it's a rush, why would Starzo want an op? That's the thing I can't understand. So maybe
genuinely
at some point get an explanation.
Maybe they dropped it. Like start.
They did
drop
switch
it by
them.
accident. You hit G by accident, and then it's, oh, well, someone's using an op. Still would make more sense for the Jet to take it, but I don't know.
Where do you think the next international should be in Europe?
Two-round gap. Koi have just finished their time.
Somewhere where they can sell a lot of
It
tickets.
was their last chance to touch base
France,
with
maybe.
their coaching staff, and well, if it isn't because of a lack of timeouts, it certainly is because the game is coming to a close.
Germany could work if they did another venue.
His response: use the
London.
ultimate, TP into heaven, and then cancel, causing some chaos in the lines of Koi. Starzo, though, still tucked in on the back of the site, and he doesn't
that
think there's
is
another
the kill,
close.
though,
A
right?
big mistake.
There's one person who can win this right now, and it's Shadow with the
Through.
positioning.
Surely
Does
this is just
Benji
defensive
consider
for
it?
once the cage
Yes,
goes
he
down.
does.
The
What a
flash is
shot,
good, and
man.
the dash was gone. Shados. Again, you know what? He's used to this. He's been here before. Time to save a weapon because he's against insurmountable odds. He's at least caught one, but now they know where he is.
It seems like he's been out of the action every single time. He has his setup on one side and they go the other direction. Benji wants to take this gun out of his hands. Well, Benji has 8,000 credits. So if anything, he has absolutely nothing to lose other than maybe a little bit of pride. And while Wu, he doesn't give a damn. It's going to be 12 to
3
9.
chances.
He hits him with a vulnerable and then headshots him anyways. You know,
Yeah.
just
At least,
to make sure.
at least they gave him a good run.
Strong head.
That damage stat up. 3 rounds, 3 chances. Well, look, Koi were in the exact same position when Bind closed out for Team Heretics. Oh, I saw an Odin get bought. Got sold. No, it didn't. Mini Boost got it. Oh, this could be it. Tom, I'm
You know, for a second there was 2 on the board.
There were 2 Odins?
Rian's bought one as well.
That
and
might
sold
be
it as
too
well.
much. That might be too much. Man, I bet they were debating genuinely. We could ask them this. I
It's gonna
bet
be
they were
painful
debating
when they
what
go for
skin
their
he gets.
fast
And I think he had
rounds.
the Neo Frontier,
When
which,
there's only
shout
one
out,
person here,
guy has taste. He's
Shadow's
straight
gotta
in.
leave sight.
He's getting aggressive.
Maybe a shock
He's
dart or something.
upgraded. Oh, what, you hate this? The slide, 100% accuracy slides out of the game now, but he's got a lot of bullets to work with. And you thought Mini
reload.
was scary with a few bullets? What about a few hundred?
He only had 91
Dude, look
left,
at this
so he
trip
definitely
that they're
needed to
placing.
It's
reload
important.
there.
It's important. Every bullet counts.
Yeah, he's seen it.
Maybe with your aim. Either way, it's going to be a 5v5 retake. Ultimate available as well for Wu. And well, the Odin gets absolutely nothing,
No, it did
as
damage.
expected.
It did
Dude,
damage
everyone's
already.
gonna die while we're in this ult.
1v1's going to be everything, and in fact, it's now just on to Benji. Rolling Thunder will take him down.
It is a nice retake in the
And as
end.
we could see, the Odin.
I don't
know.
think the ult's worth
No,
using there. I
no.
feel like double
The round,
damage
the
when they flood over
strategy
towards
didn't
the
work
site
out.
is...
And I think that's it. You know, a bad
Definitely
workman blames
better.
his tools. And that's who I think you are,
You
Tom.
definitely are a tool.
And you blame me all the damn time.
Exactly.
Guys, 0 for 2 in the
But
last
2 rounds
ults.
in between them. A good resurgence by Koi. Good ability to fight back into it.
Bringer of
No
Rain,
commitment
thank you so
from
much for the
Team
4
Heretics.
months,
I don't
man.
see any
Appreciate the
Odins on
prime.
the board. It's a disaster.
Thank you for doing that,
They'll
dude.
lose this round. For Koi, I think the fact that they're able to find a
Hey,
successful
it was nice
retake
flash
towards
though.
the A side as
Like
well comes
the
down
breach
to
flash
Shadow.
and the
The
omen
quick
flash were on
180
point.
flick to turn back under heaven. I think players caught with utility out.
Come on!
The pace is what got that across the line.
They only need 2. As said, it's been a lot of
Smokes.
rough rounds for them that have slipped away. Again, they've started off
They
with
won
a
one of
kill
these
onto
before
Wu.
though.
Ravinho wants to get this spot on. He's waiting for the
Stun two.
contact.
I
And
mean,
it
look at
is
this setup
a
right now.
very good
They had...
paranoia. Tries to
Three,
connect
whoa,
Rians
whoa, whoa.
again.
I was going to say,
Somehow
they had
manages to
3
make this one
people off the back of that
competitive, and
to make sure they got the kills in Garage.
Benji left, tagged up.
2v5
Hunter's
at his
Fury
speed.
online. For him to win this, be incredibly impressive. He's just going to try and full sprint, gain himself the spike, and that is what he's done. But the remaining players, they're just looking to try and play this one together, and he has no idea. But both of them actually might now.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is they both popped their neural theft, so they had the information, close recon, clearing it out.
Oh,
but he was
played
on
off the
angle.
fact that the
Benji
recon
fishy a
didn't go
chance
deep
to
enough.
close this lengthy series.
Hey, what a sick play, man. Dude, they 2v5'd them at the end. There's so many brutal rounds for Koi here.
And Team Heretics, it might have been closer than expected.
Yeah,
but
shout
the
out to
result
Benji. As soon as he saw that recon in the
exactly
corner, he just
what
knew
the
he could kind
fans
of
were
get to an
thinking,
angle
what
where they
the
thought that
polls
he
said.
might not be.
It's a Team Heretics victory.
Of course, he ends it with a Red Bull clutch.
The recon, yeah, the
Just
recon wasn't
in
great.
Classic Benji Fishy fashion, but.